Hi, and welcome to mjara.com. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to link Microsoft SQL Server to Microsoft Access database. I'm now going to open up the Microsoft SQL Server application. This is the interface. We are using the database engine. Our server name is Microsoft Marcus PC. Now, this is important for when you're linking the Access database. And our authentication method is Windows authentication. I'm going to connect. On the left hand pane, we have databases. So I'm going to right click, new database. I'm going to name my database mjaro. Click OK. I'm going to expand my database to mjaro. Expand mjaro. Go to tables and right click, new table. I'm going to create some fields, table headers, first name, F name for short. I'm going to use data types, L name, and sex. Now I'm going to save this and save the table name as person. And let's close this one. Expand tables, and here you will see I've created the database, the class, the table name person. Right, these are the different folders within it. We're going to right click and edit top 200 rows. And here you see this is our actual table. It is not populated. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to populate first name, last name, and sex to my Microsoft Access. So let's close this off. So I'm going to now open up Microsoft Access. Now to link Microsoft Access to SQL Server, you must run Access in administrator mode. So what to do that is a shortcut. You hold down the Shift key and you right click on Microsoft Access, and there you'll see run as administrator, and we have launched Microsoft Access as administrator or in administrator mode. Click on create and go to external data tab. Navigate to the ODBC tab and you'll see import data and link data. We're going to link data. Go to machine data source. Click new. This user data source. Navigate to SQL server. Next. Click finish. Here you see another another window has popped up. It's asking us for the name. What name do you want to refer to the data source? Let's call it SQL mjaro. And the description is SQL link. Now remember I told you you'll have need the server name for Microsoft SQL Server to link Microsoft Access. This is where it goes in. My own was Marcus PC. Or if you don't have the server name, you'll never be able to link the SQL server. Link to the SQL server. Click next. Going to use the Windows authentication. Now here we're going to change the default database. Now Microsoft Access by default tries to connect to Microsoft SQL database. But we created our own database called mjaro. So we want to link to that database. So we selected it, click next, and let's test our data source that we just created. Our test completed successfully. So we're going to click OK. Now here we have the SQL mjaro that we created and the description with this SQL link. We're going to click on it, click OK, and here you will see our table called person. Select person. You'll see all the fields populated on person. Select the fields. Now this is important as you won't be able to add data to them. And click OK. And let's on the left hand pane you have seen our Microsoft SQL database has been has been linked to our Microsoft Access. Now I want to go back to the ODCB database tab. Now this here, the import source data into a new table in the current database. If we had selected that, what would have happened? Microsoft Access would have created a copy of the SQL database into the Microsoft Access application. However, we selected the link to data source. What this does is allow us to actually create a copy of the the Microsoft SQL database, but allow us to populate it, and it also reflect those changes in real time in the SQL Server database. So we're going to do that right now. So we're going to open up our link and let's populate our table, the person's table. We're going to call the first person Bob, small, and he'll be a male, and we'll put a female named Kathy, Ali, and she is a female, right? Let's save this. And what we're going to do, we're going to open our SQL Server and navigate back to our SQL Server database. Remember, our database was mjaro and our table was person. Edit up to 100 rows. And there you have seen the Bob Small male and Kathy Ali being populated in our SQL table. So that's all, folks. Thank you again for watching, and welcome again to mjaro.com.